Alright, so Ryan Michad here from Handgun Radio. We're out here for Revolver Range Day. These three are mine. This one I borrowed from my neighbor. And this one is the Volquartsen. I know that's not a wheel gun, but that one's always fun to shoot. So we're going to start off here with the Smith & Wesson Model 60. This one's been modified by Bayside Custom Gunworks. It's got a bobbed hammer. He did a trigger job on it. He chamfered the chambers. New grips, bead blasted the stainless steel frame because it was all scratched up, but polished the cylinder and the sides of the trigger and the hammer. But I really like the contrast there. Love having that hammer bobbed. It makes for a really great pocket yield. 357 Magnum Smith & Wesson Model 66. This is a -2. So that's a snub-nose K-frame revolver. And then we move on to the duty size. Now this was my dad's duty revolver. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 19. It's a 19.4. It's got the countersunk chambers. Very, very nice revolver. One of my favorites. Very, very accurate. And then we have the Ruger New Model Blackhawk in 357. But also, if you'll notice over here, that cylinder right there is for 9mm. Don't need boom clips, obviously, because you're going to use the ejector rod to kick those rounds out. And then you have the cylinder for 357 Magnum. Now, one thing I do want to point out before we get shooting here is notice the difference in the thickness of those cylinder walls. Not that the Smith is weak or anything, but everybody talks about how rugged the Rugers are. If you look, it reminds me of an old 3844 cylinder. There's a lot of material around that round. So Rugers are a pretty strong handgun. So we're going to get these loaded up, do some shooting on the range with them, and hope you enjoy it. Alright, so first up we have the Ruger Blackhawk. We're shooting 9mm out of it. I was going to try to play a trick on you and say the cases got really short from shooting 357, but I didn't do that. So. Right. I think you're going to find that 9mm has a little bit more bark than you would expect. And then, no moon clips required. Alright, so now we got the Smith & Wesson Model 60 from Bayside Custom Gunworks. It's been modified, bobbed hammer and everything like we talked about earlier. We're using some of my 158 grain hand loads using Trail Boss. It's not a very stout load. I think it's going about 860 feet per second. Nice little target load. so this is going to be one of my 38 loads, and then a 357. And now we've got my favorite, the Smith & Wesson Model 19 357 Magnum. 4-inch barrel. Now this is the same as that 66, except it's a blued model and it's a 4-inch barrel. This came before my 66. They also made the 66 in the larger 4-inch barrels and the 6-inch barrels as well, I believe. But the most common 66s I've seen have all been the snub-nose variety. So let's see how this does. Now on the Volquartsen Custom, and this gun is clear, you have the muzzle device out front there. So you use the supplied wrench, undo that, and you can unscrew this knob here and expose the threaded barrel, which we will then take and put a coastal suppressor. There you go, Volquartsen Custom with a suppressor.